Take a look at this beautiful 911 Carrera S. Today we're going to be showing you how to add Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to the factory PCM 3.1 head unit, and we're also going to be adding a reverse camera. So to get this done, we're going to have to remove the factory PCM. Let's get into it. First up is the side panels. What we're going to do is just pull them back. You can just use your fingers and they slide right out. We're going to do the same on both driver and passenger sides. Nice and easy. Now after all that hard work, we've gained access to 4 bolts, Torx 25, one here, one there, and same on the other side. To get to those, we're just gonna pop these out as well. It actually fell out on the other side, so I probably should have left it out. These little clips are just gonna pull off. This one will come off nice and easy, just like that. And then we've got access to the top screw, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can slide this whole thing out. We'll need to put some microfibers down to protect this area, and we also have to move the gear selector out of the way. Once those screws are out, we can pull the unit out, remove the quad lock connector. There are some Farcra connectors and LVDS connectors that we can pull out, and you can also use a pick to help you get them out. Just like that, the head unit is out. We've got it up over the bench. There's 2 things we need to do. One is the circuit board on the original PCM, and 2 is the plug and play wiring that we have behind the dash. We'll do the circuit board first, and then I'll show you what to do with the wiring. Here is our PCM kit. In the box, you'll have some instructions that show you exactly what you need to do for your specific car. For example, PCM 3.1 right here, and then it's got a wiring schematic, and it also shows you what to do with the circuit board. Here we have the interface with dip switch settings. There's only one setting for this car, so that's nice and easy. Double-sided tape to mount the module. Circuit board, which we're about to look at in a second. Wi-Fi antenna, yes, you do have to install it. External microphone, that is not needed because our kit does retain the genuine microphone through the quad lock connector. However, sometimes you will need to do that in case the original Bluetooth's not working, or for whatever reason the pin out on the quad lock is slightly different and this mic doesn't work. Then you'll need to install this. So test that first. If the original mic works, all good. If not, add your microphone and then the quad lock connector. Plug and play on this end, plug into the module on that end, plug in the mic port. If you want to add a reverse camera like we are, these are the cables you're going to use. Rear camera right there. This cable here goes from the circuit board to the module, so we'll run it through the head unit, and then some mounting hardware for the circuit board as well. And that is it. Now for the circuit board side of things, you will need a kit like this, as it's got the very small Torx bits. There are a lot of T6, T7, and T8 in this head unit. All right, the fun begins. 2 Torx 8 on the very top of the screen, 2 more Torx 8 on the very bottom of the screen, and then on the sides of the screen, you're gonna use a flat blade and push in the little clips, which will allow you to remove the screen from the bottom. And once the screen is out, there are 2 ribbon cables on that screen. We're gonna remove those ribbon cables, and the screen is out. We can put that to the side. And the last step is 3 more Torx 8s on the very back of the head unit. Now for the circuit board, essentially what we're going to do is take the original 2 ribbon cables out of this board right here, put the new ones in their place, and then the 2 fresh ones will come out and replace these on this end as well. So basically just taking these 2 out and swapping them with these 2 here, and they will go in the original spot. And then you'll see there is a bunch of mounting hardware on the actual board itself. So what it will do, ready? Look at that. So part using original hardware and part using new hardware, this board is going to sit on all original spots on the factory PCM, which is just perfect. It makes it really nice and easy, and you can use the mounting hardware that comes in the kit to secure it. There we have it. New cables are going into the original board, and then these new cables are coming out ready to go back into the screen. Board is secured down, 1, 2, 3 screws. This plug here is where we're going to plug in the little extension that we saw earlier. And at the very back of the unit right here, there's a little blanking plate with a Torx bit. So we're going to take that out, the Torx bit. This little blanking plate will come out, and then our cable can run right through there. Now to put this thing back together, there are locking tabs on the sides. So you line them up, slide the unit back in, put those 3 Torx 8s back in. We're now going to connect the ribbon cables back to the screen. The screen slides in from the top down, and you need to line up those pins. As you'll see here, the pin didn't go in, so you need to take it out, line it up, take it out, line it up until it's 100%, and then we can go ahead and put the last 4 Torx 8s back into the screen. Okay, now that is done, before we go too far with the module, we're going to take this back to the car, plug it in, make sure we have video and touch, and if that is all working, we're good to go. So I've just popped the power back in, sat the unit in. Now we can press one of those 2 to turn it on. Video, perfect, that's exactly what we want. Now we'll check for touch as well. Boom, look at that. That is exactly what we want. So that means we can pull this out now, put it to the side, and continue on with the install. So before we jump into the CarPlay, anybody else that wants to add a rear camera to this car, this is gonna be the process. You need to remove the rear bumper. So there's gonna be a bunch of Torx 20 bolts underneath, a bunch on the side. You also need to firstly remove the rear tail light because there's another Torx bolt that holds the bumper in right here. And then how we're gonna do it is we're gonna find where the original camera would normally go, right there. So we're gonna do a nice OEM style flush mount camera through here. And then we're gonna run the cabling up here over to the factory cabling right there. And then on this side, the heat shield and plastic that holds the bumper together comes off. There's about 10 mils on it, but that will allow you to get up into here. And from there, you can probably see my finger through there. There's a grommet. And from there you can get right into the C-pillar, and then we can continue running the wiring inside the car all the way over. Just to show you that, if you look through that hole, you can see light. That light is there. But the only way you can get to it is by taking all of this off and running the wiring. So Jaden's over there putting some conduit on the cable, so it's gonna be nice and protected as it can get quite hot back here. And then we'll continue with fabric tape all the way into the car, and I'll show you where to connect the camera. But yeah, this is what is involved with a reverse camera if you're going to do one. Now coming back to the CarPlay, here is where most of our connections are going to be done. And I was just looking at where we can mount the module. So if you pull this carpet down on the passenger side, you'll see there is a lot of wiring. There's a fuse box right here. And right at the very back in that corner, there's a big metal plate. It's a part of the body. This module sits perfectly right against that. So with the big double-sided that comes in the kit, slap it on, run all of your wiring down to that section, get all of the wiring done nice and neat, and then you can put the module right down there, and I'll get you another look at it as well. Right in there next to the big red power cable, you'll see there's sort of a flat surface. The module sits there perfectly. I already test fit the module and put the carpet back, and it was perfect. The carpet sat down just nicely, and then you can massage the carpet to get it back into its nice shape. And that is it. So we'll get that done. I'll show you what it looks like. And then the mic we're not going to do, we're gonna use the original mic. The Bluetooth and everything in this car is totally fine. So we're gonna use that. This we'll just save for a different day. And then Wi-Fi antenna, I'm gonna pop that. There's plenty of room back here. Now you do want it away from other electronics. So we're gonna go down in this sort of area here, get it mounted. And that is pretty much it. We'll get the camera run, show you how that looks, and we are well underway. For the quad lock connector, here is our brand new connector coming down towards the back. You'll see here, that was the original connector. So these just use a little tab like this. So basically slide the old original connector into the new female portion, lock it into place. At the end of the connector here, there'll be 2 fiber optic plugs. They need to come out of that connector and be put into this brand new connector, as you'll see right here. And then once that's done, you can push that connector over to the back, fish out all the original cables, ready to plug back into the head unit, slide it into place. Going down that corner of the dash, you'll see here, we've run our cable. That's the main power cable right there. So that is ready to plug into the module. That is the microphone port, so that will plug into the mic port of the module. And here we have a USB port. We're not drilling any holes in this car, which means the USB will not go into the center console. However, if you wanted it to, you could. You could even replace that with a flush mount, but we're just leaving that as is. And the cable is gonna go into the glove box. We'll find a way to route that in. That won't be very hard at all. And that is pretty much it. We'll get the module plugged in, show you the rear camera. This is ready to go back in, so we can slide it in, plug the module in, and test the module, and we'll test that microphone and Bluetooth as well. And the last thing to remember, when you put this head unit in, the cable that we added to the circuit board needs to come down, and it's gonna plug into the LVDS out of the interface. And here we have the beautiful Apple CarPlay Android Auto running on this screen. What is left to do now is finish the rear camera, get this in, and we'll do a run through. And just coming back to the camera, here we've got our wiring running up through this grommet, which is found on the side of the car, and that goes straight into the vehicle. And then here the wiring comes down around behind all of this stuff at the very back. And then we've got it coming out through here, tapped onto the original wiring, and this loom is right here ready to go and plug into the camera, which we're mounting on that bumper. Once that camera is mounted, we can go ahead, pop the bumper back on. Obviously plug the camera in, plug in the original harness. There's only one harness on that bumper, so that's pretty nice and easy. We'll get this grommet back in, lights back in. This will be ready to go. Now for the reverse camera, we've got the cable coming up through this section that we saw. We've taped it to the original loom in the car, as you can see here, using the same fabric tape. And it now runs with the factory loom all the way over to the front of the car here, where it's gonna go up, fabric tape all the way down. And then from there, you can snake across over to the module. Bumper is back on, everything lines up. So you'll see over here, this is a locator tab that lines up with all the original screws. Original screws all line up, as you may be able to see right there. That's exactly what you want. And we're just checking all the body lines to make sure everything is 100% straight as it was. And then we're gonna actually test the camera first before we put everything back together. But that is pretty much ready to go. Here is the camera itself. This is one of our little universal button style cameras. That is a very nice small camera, looks OEM, it's not ugly at all. So we've got our camera cable coming out here. The last thing we need to do is put some more Fabro on that, and then that now comes over to the module right here. So this is labeled rear camera, very nice and easy. So you're gonna plug that into there, that's the cable that we run from the back. And then here, we've got the red going to the red, which is labeled rear camera 12. The other ones are power for front or side camera, which is brown. And then the other one is green. Now, some cases you need this, where you need to add reverse from the reverse light 12 volts directly to this. And this is normally if you have a manual transmission. This car's PDK or automatic, so it's fine. The CAN bus system will give us reverse automatically. So if you have a manual, when you run this cable, you've also got to run a 12 volt reverse trigger as well. So from here, once the ignition's on, we're gonna press and hold the hang up button. That's gonna bring you to the interface. Swipe over so you can access settings, and then car settings, and then reversing camera, we're changing to aftermarket. Of course, this is only if you have an aftermarket camera. If you have an OEM camera, you just change it to factory camera. We have an aftermarket camera, so we've set that. Now put the car into reverse, and automatically the camera is popping up. If I turn the wheel, you'll see the guidelines begin to move as well. I'll get you a better look at that as we finish the job. But that is pretty much it. All that's left to do now is put this thing back together. So here we have the factory USB, and here we have the new USB. That's the one we added. Now that's just Velcro taped to the side of the glove box here, and then the cable goes up and around down to the module. Module is down in that carpet, and as you can tell, it looks like nothing has been touched. It's totally stock. If you were to just come in here and have a look, there's nothing that you can notice. That's exactly what we want. All we need to do is tidy this up, give it a little wipe down and a vacuum. Side panels, nice and easy. They just slide straight back in. All you need to be careful of is underneath, right around here, there's a little foot, and it slides inside the dash. So it's like an L bracket foot. You need to make sure you get that foot in, otherwise you'll have a little bulge here. So just run your finger along, and if it's perfectly straight, then you know you've got the panel in correctly. That is obviously the factory head unit, which we'll look at in just a second, and I'll show you the camera. Jaden's getting the factory bumper put back on. We've got the lights back in. Both of them are now back in. And here is the camera. Get a look at that. Beautiful little button camera out of the way. Looks very, very nice and OEM plus, I'd say. All right, here we go. Factory head unit. As you can see, nothing has been changed. AUX is what you want to be set to. And we're gonna press and hold the hang up button, and that's gonna bring us right into the interface. Now here you'll have music, which is used through the USB that we've added, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, both wireless. We can touch the screen and swipe over. All you need to do is go into the Bluetooth, pair your phone to this Bluetooth. I'll delete mine and we'll pair Jaden's, because James is on a call on my phone right now. So coming over to the phone, we're gonna go Bluetooth. In your Bluetooth list, you will see a new device right there. We're gonna go ahead and connect to that. Hit pair, hit allow, let it do its request, hit connect. Now you can put the phone over to the side, and here we have CarPlay, and let's see this thing connect in real time. Boom, look at that, not even 10 seconds and we are straight into Apple CarPlay. Have a look at that. Absolutely crazy. So right now you've got maps, you can go over to the next screen, Google Maps, SoundCloud, Spotify, a bunch of apps are compatible. Waze maps will work, a bunch of other apps will work, depending on what's on your phone already. it'll populate here automatically as long as it's Apple certified. That little bit of flickering that you saw is just because of this camera. It's not happening on the screen. And basically from here, any sound we play will come through the car because we set the media to AUX, and we'll go to reverse. It's automatically going to bring up that camera where you can see Jaden right now. Parking sensor display also pops up and works as well. Right now the rears are not working because the handbrake is off. Jay, can you walk in front of the parking sensors? And there you have it. Jaden's just walking in front of the sensors. They light up and work audibly as well. And then when you get out of reverse, it brings you right back into Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And if you want to get back to all your old PCM stuff, you just press and hold that button right there. And now you've got all the car settings, all the original PCM settings, and just get a look at that. Very, very nice. Always like to check our lines on the panels and double check all of the panels, make sure everything is 100%, all of this stuff. Gonna give it a wipe down, take some photos, and this car is done. And there it is, guys. That is how you can add Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a reverse camera to a Porsche 911. If you have any questions about the install, drop them in the comments below. If you want to reach out to us, www.shoptfb.com. If you want to pick up this exact kit, first link in the description will take you to the interface for the PCM 3.1. It is compatible with the 911, it's compatible with the Cayenne, it's compatible with the Macan. Anything with that Porsche PCM 3.1 system, it is compatible with. If you want to add a reverse camera, I'll put a little drop down link for a reverse camera, which will be the reverse camera we fitted on this 911. And that is pretty much it. If you have any other questions, reach out to us on the website or drop a comment below. Thank you all so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.